Youth are backbone of our nation. They are technically called as adolescents. They are neither children nor adults. They have typical characteristics in terms of development, developmental tasks. They too have some problems. I am Dr. Anjana Agarwal, who is going to talk about adolescence. World Health Organizations or WHO defined adolescents as people within the age group of 10 to 19 years in which they face lot of physical, physiological and psychological changes. We can also define them. Adolescence is the period between childhood and adulthood. Here is an example. Whether they are children or adults, this is always the confusion in this age. When they play with the children, they say you are old enough and not supposed to play with the children, but when they behave like adults or do something like adults or want to participate in the adults' company, then they are asked to leave that company, that you are not old enough to sit here with the adults talking. So, this is a very confusing for them. Now, we move forward with the maturation, because this is an age when they are maturing. It is not only the growth in height and weight, but there is a growth in learning stage also, behaving also and feeling also. Now, because they have passed the infancy, childhood and they are turning towards the adulthood. So, and there can be some girls and boys at this age, both are finding the differences in their gender or sex, and there are late maturing, particularly girls mature earlier than the boys. So, early maturing girls feel very conscious and feel odd about their bodies, but on the contrary, late maturing girls look younger and not expected to measure up to the adult standards of behavior. There is socio-emotional development. This is one phase of their development, because adolescents have frequent mood swings. What is mood swings? At one time they feel happy, at the other moment they are very sad. They can cry and laugh at the same time very easily. They are very moody, irritable, and most of the time they are confused. What is happening to them? What is happening to me? And they keep looking others. What happened to them? How she looks so good, I am not good. He looks so good, I am not good. All such things makes them confused. Why it is happening to me? Because there is so much of fluctuation in their hormones, and that is reflected in their physical body, in their emotional behavior, and that is affecting their socio-emotional development. Now, we are talking about the language development. What is the source of language? They have learned the language of their parents in the childhood. So, they know the mother tongue very well. At the same time, they like to be with the peer group. So, with the peer group, they have developed a different kind of language, and that includes the use of slangs, short forms for most of the words they speak. At the same time, they are very imaginative. They keep thinking, lots of ideas really overpower their minds, and they want to express it in words, in colors, in various ways. They keep on finding it, and in words they write long paragraphs, essays, letters, stories, and nowadays we have various kind of social media on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitters and what not. They keep on talking, keep on expressing themselves. Now, another type of development we are focusing that is very important since childhood, that is cognitive development. What is cognitive? Cognitive and mental development are two different things. In cognitive development, we see the things and also understand the relationship between them. They can express their feelings, attitudes, imaginations in words and ideas and put all them into the practice also. And they are the one who can think contrary to the facts. They do not easily accept what is available. They want to put their own ideas and compare them, design a new thing. They are innovative. Now, another part of adolescent typical characteristics is the development of sexual characteristics, where the boy and the girls develop at different pace in difference of their organs, external as well as internals. We are not focusing on those, but I would like to talk about, because that relates lot of things with their development and with their confusion and focus and all such behavior they do it. Because that development is at very erratic pace, it's not gradual or not stable. So, they are preoccupied with the sex, and that is a natural instinct, and hence they are attracted to the opposite sex also. And there is an appearance of secondary sex characteristics, and due to the changes in the hormones in the body. These changes are making them confused, and sometimes they are given different names, because if in our society or some societies, if a boy talks to a girl or a girl talks to the boy, it is not understood why they are mingling. It is observed in a different way, but it is their natural instincts to be attracted towards the opposite sex, and they do lot of things to please others, whatever they can. And if they are directed towards the right way, they can become a good friends also, they can become a very good human beings. Then who will do it? Then role of parents comes in. At the same time, I would like to mention here, in this age, they do not want to follow the instructions of the parents. They want to be present in their own self or with the peer group of friends. They want to go out. So, if this is the age the parents wants to control, do not allow them to go out and search for themselves, then there is a problem, because their own natural instincts is just submerged or cut. So, what they should do it? Parents are also worried. Why my child 2 years ago was obeying me like anything, and now he is revolting the whatever I say. It is not the child, it is not the parent. Both of them have to understand each other. So, parents need to understand them and their behavior, why it is happening. Parents can also talk to the parents of the other adolescent children or teenage. Parents should exercise some control only and also give them some freedom to go out and search for their identity. Role of parents also include to give them due respect, consider their viewpoints and ask their views in family decisions. They are part of the family. Do not obey you or they are going more with the peer group. It is their natural instincts. You do not ask them to participate in family decisions. They must sometimes accept their behavior. Do not every time scold them, you are not doing this, don't do this. All such kinds of behavior will not give you a satisfaction. See, when they are in peer group, how smiles comes on their face. They feel so confident, so happy. This picture is reflecting all this. So, we will also talk about the role of peers. Who are peers? Peers are the people who are in the same age group, doing similar activities, thinking in a similar way, talking in a similar way, or dressing in a similar way. All this, each of them like it, they form a group. So, peers are the main associates in the lives of adolescents or teenage. They share all goods and bad experience with each other because they think they are the one who can understand us. They are the one who are also undergoing the similar phases of changes in their life. Sometimes the peers are good, but at the same time, peers, if they are not of a good behavior or good attitude, the adolescents are not mature enough to take the decision whether X person or Y person is good or bad. They can go on a wrong path also. And what to do? Who will take care? Then the role of schools and teachers comes in. What is the role? Teacher can say or school can say, we have finished the curriculum. We have taught them, taken the exam and all is finished. No. Because the child or the adolescent spends lot of their time in schools or colleges and around with the teachers. So, they are the one who can change their mindset. It is not only the academic skills the teachers have to provide, but they are the builders of the personality in a child, in an adolescent. So, this is a very important role the school has to play. School is a major institution other than the family, which is responsible for teaching a number of social as well as academic skills to the adolescents. So, you have to be very careful about what they are teaching and how the teenage particularly or a child is responding to that teaching. How they are thinking, you have to keep watch of such activities also, because the schools become target for all unsocial activities also. Therefore, the teachers and the schools have major responsibility to design the future life of adolescents. It's not only the parents. Now, we will talk about certain developmental tasks, and most of them are natural to them and they have to really train to accept that. Of a teacher or a parent, ask those teenage that these physical changes are natural. So, they will learn to accept one's physique or the body and use it effectively. They can achieve a new or more mature relationships with the age mates of both sexes. They have to develop the emotional independence in the family or outside the family. I was listening very carefully and keep watching. Many adolescents are focusing only on the academic skills and they are very high grades they are achieving, but when they come to the platform or outside the world after the school, they are not able to convince they are not able to adjust themselves in the open world. There the emotional independence or emotional adjustments, emotional quotients we call it, is very, very important. What is that? They have to learn what happens when you get everything and what happens when you do not get everything. So, every time you are not protected when you are going out after the school. So, that is the age you have to learn that also, and achieving emotional independence within and outside the family that is why very important. You have to make your own sets of values, and if you will make it in a positive way, that will take you to the more acceptable heights. You will satisfy yourself also that I am going good and I am being appreciated. Everybody wants the appreciation. Even particularly this age is looking forward to get the acceptance in the society, in the peer group. And if they are not accepted, that can drag them to anywhere. So, this is very, very important stage. Since they have finished their schools, and by that time many of them may finish their college also, but they may start thinking about their career. So, they have to develop various skills, and all those skills is not directly related to the academics, but we call it life skills, soft skills. Then only they will find the suitable or desirable goals or desirable career or employment. At the same time, particularly in certain homes or societies, in this age the parents have started or they themselves started looking forward that someday or the other I have to get married. So, they have to prepare for the marriage and the future family life also. In earlier days, the girl of a 16 or 18 years is understood as ready for the marriage. The situation is changing in certain societies. Now, we will talk about typical characteristics of adolescence. See this picture. This girl is looking into the mirror and making the faces. So, in this age, they are preoccupied with the self-image. They express or exhibit different emotion at the same time. In this picture, so many emotions you can see. Some are laughing, some are sad, some are making faces, all such emotions and gestures you can watch in this age group. They are attracted towards opposite sex. It is a natural instinct in both genders. They love to be with their friends or peer group. They want to enjoy, repose, relax, talk to each other, share things. At the same time, they are aggressive towards others for unknown reasons. After some time, they will think and talk, why you were so irritable on such issues? I do not know, because they themselves do not know why they are aggressive. Sometimes they live in their own world. They think everything can be placed in the right place. Why they are doing so wrong? So, they live in idealistic world. These are simple characteristics, but they too have lots of problem. They keep on thinking why it is happening to me. What are those problems? Eating disorders, suicidal tendencies, peer pressure, personal problems, social problems, biological problems, teenage pregnancy, and what not. Let us talk about one by one. Eating disorder. What is eating disorder? That means they are either eating too much or not eating at all. because they are instinctively preoccupied with the self image. Even if they are okay, they think I am very thin or I am very fat. So, some adolescents feel they are becoming too fat and may stop required amount of food itself. They binge. Binge means they keep on eating, then they will leave everything. This is one of the eating disorders, and nowadays the girls and even the boys are undergoing anorexia. That means they leave all kinds of food, they do not eat at all. Second tendency that is very serious, and all parents, society members, schools, teachers must watch their emotions, their small talks, because they can develop the suicidal tendency. And that is why I mentioned the emotional intelligence. They have to learn the ways. If they do not get what they desire to get it at that moment, they undergo depression. That should not happen. So many adolescents are unable to form the friends even because of their bodies. They do not like themselves, they are always finding some or the other. So others, when do not accept them, they feel very bad. So they do not trust their parents either. They feel very lonely and they think nobody loves me. This is a very common sentence comes out of the teenage minds. Sometimes the peer pressure is so much, in spite of they do not want to do it, they have to do it. This is called peer pressure, particularly when they are going into the wrong direction. To prove their friends, they feel like a macho, they show like a macho, strong, grown up. Adolescent may also indulge in alcoholism, smoking, and may even take drugs under peer pressure. So that is a wrong peer pressure. So there the parents and others have to keep the watch where the teenage boy or the girls is going. Personal problems. When they say personal problem, it can be related to their looks, it can be related to their activities, it can be related to their behavior. They may have certain issues with the bathing. If a boy is sleeping and somebody asks, or their parents are, take the bath then before you this time, then it is become an issue. Clothes selection, behavior with us, I do not want to go meet with them. This is all personal problems. Social problem, they do not like to participate in all social family functions. You will hardly find in a religious ceremonies which happens in the family, but they are forced to participate. If they know that somebody they like it of their friends, they are also there, then they will happily participate. So they think that others are talking about their weak points. So I am not looking good, I am fat, pimples are on my face, how others will feel about me, I will not go. So this is a very common situation. There is a biological problem also. It is a time where they are changing in the sexual characteristics, hormonal changes are there. So they are not accepting immediately what is happening to me. So biological problems of adolescence are complicated for both boys and girls, but more in girls due to various reasons. One of the major problems comes as a teenage pregnancy. In certain societies, particularly in India, early marriages were very common. That means sexual activity also starts at early age in most women, but in earlier decades. And that has given lots of problem, because this is the age they are growing, developing and maturing. At the same time, our bodies have to take the load of pregnancy, and they have also take the loads of their social commitments also. And it is not only due to early marriage, but some may indulge for various other reasons also. So it is a problem for them. So, in this lesson, we have talked about various things who are adolescents, the teenage, the youth, their developmental tasks, their typical characteristics, and what are the common problem they face it. I hope you have learned the lesson very clearly. Thank you so much.